Hey guys, I just found out that John Madden died today. I mean, what a loss. But I mean, what a great life this guy had. I mean, if you are not aware of John Madden, he was basically the face of the NFL for uh, 30, 40 years. I mean, if you know anything about American football, this is the guy. I mean, he was a very famous coach. He won the Super Bowl in, what was that, 1976? Yeah, for the Raiders, and of course the Madden video games. I mean, geez, yeah. I mean, yeah. This is pretty much these games and the FIFA games are the only reason why EA is still around. Yeah, EA Studios. I mean, these things are huge. I mean, yeah, 4 billion. Yeah, probably about 5 billion now. But yeah, I mean, this guy was just incredible. I grew up watching him on TV because he was a color commentator for the NFL until he retired in 2009. I mean, this guy was just hilarious and just extremely entertaining. I mean, he was just awesome and he loved football. Loved football. I mean, yeah, I mean, his entire life was football. I mean, it's just, it's sad that he's gone, but I mean, what a great life this guy had. I mean, just, yeah. I mean, there's that old school Raiders. Yeah, his Raiders team was pretty scary. Yeah, he had a lot of this hardcore motherfuckers on that team. And I mean, look at the teams he went up against. I mean, he went up against the Colts. They probably still had Johnny Unitas on their team. The Chiefs were crazy in the 1960s. The Steelers, geez, yeah. I mean, yeah, the Steelers were, yeah, the Iron Curtain, man. And he lost to the Dolphins. I think they were the only team that went undefeated in 1972, so they must have beat the Steelers to go to the Super Bowl. And then he finally won it in 1976. Yeah, I mean, just, yeah. And he was also a player, a pretty good one too, until he injured both of his knees, unfortunately. And yeah, never got a chance to play professionally, unfortunately. I mean, he was a big old boy. Yeah, I mean, even in his old age, he was a big guy. But yeah, I mean, I mean, he was a great coach, and he basically viewed the Madden video games as a way to teach football. So that's how he looked at it, and I mean, lo and behold, it went on to be the biggest, other than the FIFA games, the biggest sports video game series ever. I mean, I guess this is the cover of the very first Madden game. What was that, 1988? Yeah, wow. That's awesome. I mean, I played tons of Madden games as a kid. I mean, I'd rather play a Madden game than watch a football game, just because it's more fun. You don't have to deal with commercials, and you can, use a hurry up offense and just come on, go, 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 go. Way more entertaining than watching it on TV. And yeah, I mean, it really was a great way to learn, formations and how to play football and stuff. And he was very funny in the video games. He would do like promos, and he would even do like the tutorials on the games and stuff. Yeah, he definitely added a lot to the games, and always gave his opinion on how the game should be and stuff. And yeah, I mean, they were just very fun. I remember playing the hell out of, I think the first one I got was Madden 2000. Oh, it was great. Great game. And, he and Pat Summerall, I mean, they were the, by far and away, and still to this day, the best sports duo in American sports history. I mean, they were just great commentators. I mean, John Madden was kind of a kook. I mean, he was just hilarious, always doing off the wall stuff, talking about players' cankles. And I mean, I remember his Thanksgiving specials. Oh my God, with the, what was it, like the 8 legged turkeys and stuff. It was great. And Pat Summerall was much more the laid back kind of by the numbers guy. So they were just playing off of each other great. And I think Pat Summerall died about 10 years ago or so. So that was a great loss too. But yeah, the two of them. I mean, that's another reason why I can't watch football nowadays, is just because the commentating sucks. I mean, it's just no comparison to Madden and Pat Summerall. I mean, it's just, yeah. I don't know if John Madden has a comparison in other sports in other countries. I mean, I can't think of anyone. I mean, I know there's great coaches from FIFA and, the Premier League and Bundesliga and all that, but I mean, he was a great high school player. He was a good college football player. He was a great NFL coach. I mean, look at his freaking statistics. I mean, that's a freaking damn good record. I mean, especially in the era in which he played in. Yeah, going up against those teams like the Steelers and the Dolphins. I mean, oof. And he's pretty much the greatest football commentator ever. And his video games, I mean, the NFL simply would not be what it is now if it hadn't been for John Madden. Between his on-air commentating and the video games, I mean, yeah. I mean, how many people watch football now because they played the Madden games? I mean, it's got to be at least a quarter of the people who watch the NFL. So, yeah, great life and just, I mean, hugely, hugely important sports figure in America. And, I mean, hell, Oompy just texted me a little while ago telling me that John Madden died. I'm like, Oompy doesn't even like football. And he freaking knows who John Madden is. So, yeah, I mean, he was a great advertiser. And I swear to God, he was probably I feel like he was in The Water Boy. I don't know. But yeah, he's been in tons of movies and radio. I'm sure he was great on that. Yeah. And yeah, I mean, just everything the guy did was great. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, just what a life. And I found this funny. He was greatly afraid of flying because of, this, he knew a bunch of the players who were killed in this plane crash and I had forgotten, but yeah, he drove around the country in a bus. I had forgotten about that. Yeah, I used to see that bus on TV all the time. Yeah, and yeah, died at 85. I mean, what a life. And Roger Goodell actually had something good to say on behalf of the entire NFL family. We extend our condolences to Virginia, Mike, Joe, and their families. We all know Madden as the Hall of Fame coach of the Oakland Raiders and the broadcaster who worked for every major network, which is, I mean, that says something right there, yeah. But more than anything, he was a devoted husband, father, and grandfather. Nobody loved football more than Coach. He was football, absolutely. Absolutely. And I've been missing John Madden for 10 years. I thought he had died actually a couple of years ago just because he kind of dropped off the face of the earth. I mean, I guess they did like a documentary on him or something, but, I don't have cable anymore, so I was unaware, but I missed the hell out of John Madden, and he retired in, I think, 2009. So, yeah, he's been gone about 10 years. Yeah, it's a shame, but, yeah, April 16th, 2009. Yeah, Chris Collinsworth. He's okay, but, I mean, he's not John Madden. Yeah. And, I like Dan Patrick's radio show, but none of these guys have the personality that John Madden does. They don't have his insight because they weren't a player and a coach. They don't have his idiosyncrasies because they're not entertaining human beings, They're just straight announcers, Like, they could just as easily be weathermen or news anchors. Well, I guess Chris Collinsworth was a football player, but he doesn't have, he's not nearly as entertaining as John Madden and quirky and stuff. So, yeah, I mean, there's just no replacing John Madden. It's just, yeah. So, huge loss in the sports world, and just, I hope his family's doing okay. And, rest in peace, John. You were the best, man. Just thank you for the games. Thank you for the commentary. Thank you for making football entertaining and fun. So thank you for that. And rest in peace. And you had a great life, man.